My name is Sarah, and I am 32 years old. For as long as I can remember, I believed my life was perfect. I had a loving husband, Daniel, who was my rock in every way, and together we built a warm and happy home. We shared countless joyful moments, from cozy family dinners to weekend trips filled with laughter. I also had a stable job that I enjoyed, giving me a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Life felt predictable, safe, and full of love, but as they say, life has its own way of surprising us. One seemingly ordinary day, I stumbled upon something that would unravel the life I thought I knew. Sometimes, the things we cherish most can hide the deepest secrets. One evening while Daniel was in the shower, I noticed his phone buzzing on the kitchen counter. It was unusual for him to leave it unattended, as he was usually very private about his belongings. Curiosity got the better of me, and without much thought, I glanced at the screen. What I saw froze me in my tracks. A message from an unknown number saying, "I can't wait to see you again. Last night was amazing." My heart sank, and my hands trembled as I stared at the words. A wave of disbelief washed over me. Could this message be meant for someone else? Could it be a mistake? For hours that night, I wrestled with my emotions, confusion, anger, and fear. The man I trusted with my entire life might be hiding something from me. The once peaceful sanctuary of my home now felt suffocating, filled with doubt and unease. I couldn't sleep, replaying every moment of our marriage, searching for signs I had missed. The message shattered the perfect image of my life and left me questioning everything I thought I knew about Daniel and our relationship. This discovery would mark the beginning of a journey I never imagined I would have to take. The days that followed felt like a blur. I couldn't concentrate at work, and my mind constantly raced with questions. Was Daniel really being unfaithful? Should I confront him, or should I wait to gather more evidence? My once stable world felt like it was crumbling, and I was powerless to stop it. At night, I lay awake replaying the message in my head, while during the day, I avoided Daniel's gaze, fearing he might see the doubt in my eyes. Initially, I buried my emotions, convincing myself that I might be overreacting, but the silence in my heart grew louder. I started noticing subtle changes in Daniel's behavior. Longer hours at work, frequent texting, and a distracted demeanor at home. Each observation chipped away at my trust, leaving me feeling more isolated than ever. One evening, as I sat alone in the living room, tears streaming down my face, I realized I couldn't live like this anymore. I confided in my closest friend, Emily, who listened patiently and offered a shoulder to cry on. Her words, simple yet comforting, were the first step toward regaining some control. "You need to decide what's best for you, Sarah. You deserve clarity, even if it hurts." With her support, I started journaling my feelings, trying to untangle the web of emotions that had ensnared me. Small acts, like taking long walks or spending time on hobbies, began to provide moments of relief. Yet, moments of doubt lingered. Was I ready to uncover the truth? And if I did, could I handle what I might find? The struggle was far from over, but slowly I was learning to face it head on. One afternoon, while tidying up the house, I stumbled upon an old photo album buried deep in a drawer. As I flipped through the pages, memories of happier times flooded back: our wedding day, family vacations, moments of pure joy with Daniel and the kids. Among the photos, I found a handwritten note tucked inside. It was from Daniel, dated years ago, in which he had expressed his deep love and commitment to me. The note read, "Sarah, no matter what life throws at us, I promise to always be honest and fight for our love." Tears welled up in my eyes as I held the letter. It felt like a reminder of who we once were and the bond we shared. For the first time in weeks, I felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps this was my turning point, a chance to reclaim my voice and seek the truth with courage. This moment gave me the strength to confront Daniel and face whatever lay ahead, armed with the memory of our love and the determination to find clarity. That evening, with the letter still fresh in my mind, I finally gathered the courage to confront Daniel. My heart pounded as I sat across from him at the dinner table, the weight of unspoken words thick in the air. "Daniel," I began, my voice trembling, "I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest with me." His expression shifted, and I could see the unease in his eyes. I showed him the message I had seen weeks ago. "Who was this from?" I asked, my voice cracking under the pressure of fear and anticipation. For a moment, silence filled the room, and then he sighed deeply, as though the weight of the world was on his shoulders. Daniel admitted that the message was from a colleague who had crossed a line, but he swore it had gone no further. "I should have told you," he said, tears forming in his eyes, "but I didn't want to hurt you or lose your trust." His admission hit me like a tidal wave, part relief, part heartbreak. In that moment, I faced my biggest challenge, deciding whether to believe him and rebuild our relationship or walk away from the man I once loved. The pain was overwhelming, but I knew this decision would shape my future and the future of our family. In the days that followed, I took time to process everything. I told Daniel that trust could not be rebuilt overnight and that we needed to work together if we wanted to move forward. He agreed wholeheartedly and suggested counseling, a step that showed me he was serious about mending what had been broken. Through therapy, we had honest, painful conversations about our relationship. I learned to express my fears and feelings, while Daniel confronted his own guilt and the reasons behind his actions. Slowly, the walls between us began to crumble, and we started to reconnect on a deeper level. I also focused on myself, rediscovering my own strength and priorities. I spent more time with friends, pursued hobbies I had long abandoned, and learned to set boundaries that protected my peace. For the first time in years, I felt empowered to take control of my happiness. While the journey was far from easy, it taught me that love is not just about perfection. It's about resilience and growth. Daniel and I emerged stronger, not because we ignored the cracks, but because we faced them together. My heart, once filled with doubt and fear, found peace again, and with it, the hope for a brighter future. This experience taught me that even in the darkest moments, honesty and resilience can light the way forward. Trust can be broken, but with effort and understanding, it can also be rebuilt. Life is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with courage and learning from them. If this story resonated with you or inspired you in any way, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt stories. Thank you for watching.